Hello, everyone, and welcome to Walking Through the Bible. When we sin, we deserve to be punished by God. Even those sins which are repented of and turned from are deserving of some sort of punishment at the hand of God, who will do according to his will. But that doesn't mean that we can't pray to God for deliverance, nor does it mean that we can't pray that others don't stumble because of the punishment we are receiving. David is receiving punishment from the Lord in Psalm 69, so let's see his response to it. So if you have a Bible with you, turn to the book of Psalms to Psalm 69. We're going to be reading from verses 1 to 12. If you don't have a Bible, don't worry, just follow along with us on the screen. The version that we'll be reading from is the New King James Version. So, Psalm 69, beginning at verse 1. To the chief musician, set to the lilies, a psalm of David. Save me, O God, for the waters have come up to my neck. I sink in deep mire, where there is no standing. I have come into deep waters where the floods overflow me. I am weary with my crying. My throat is dry. My eyes fail while I wait for my God. Those who hate me without a cause are more than the hairs of my head. They are mighty who would destroy me. Being my enemies wrongfully, though I have stolen nothing, I still must restore it. O God, you know my foolishness, and my sins are not hidden from you. Let not those who wait for you, O Lord God of hosts, be ashamed because of me. Let not those who seek you be confounded because of me, O God of Israel. Because for your sake I have borne reproach. Shame has covered my face. I have become a stranger to my brothers and an alien to my mother's children. Because zeal for your house has eaten me up, and the reproaches of those who reproach you have fallen on me. When I wept and chastened my soul with fasting, that became my reproach. I also made sackcloth my garment. I became a byword to them. Those who sit in the gate speak against me, and I am the song of the drunkards. The uninspired title of the psalm says that this was written to the chief musician, meaning it was meant for temple worship and set to the lilies, a tune that we have come across before in the Psalms, like Psalm 45, but one that is lost to history. It is said to be a psalm of David, something that the Apostle Paul would confirm in Romans 11, verse 9, when he refers to verses 22 and 23 of this psalm. This psalm is a psalm seeking deliverance from God. Deliverance from what? From being punished for sin. Punishment is never pleasant, even if it's warranted because of wrongdoing. And even though David accepted his punishment, he did seek deliverance, for his punishment was great. Not too great, for the symbolic waters have only come up to his neck, they have not drowned him. He is sinking deep in the mire, but is not sunk. He has come to the deep water where the floods could overflow him, but they haven't done so yet. In other words, David is in distress, a distress he would like removed, but he knew that all was not lost, for the Lord was still there because he had repented, and he knew that the Lord would be able to deliver him if it be the Lord's will, if he waited for God's time. At the time David wrote this psalm, though, David's enemies were numerous, thus likely placing this psalm during the rebellion of Absalom. Now, even though David was being punished by God, David's enemies were accusing him of things he did not do. He had not stolen anything from them, yet David's enemies demanded repayment. David's sins were known to God, and so David desired that his enemies be punished for their actions in acting foolishly as well. David sought deliverance for another reason, though, so that those who would come to God wouldn't stumble into sin by becoming discouraged by David's treatment. David was the man after God's own heart. He was a righteous man by grace through faith, but of course, David did commit some heinous sins which deserved to be punished. David's punishers, though, were doing much more than punishing David. They were defaming David, and there would be those who knew that. And yet God didn't act. Was God really there? These weaker in spirit might ask. And then, of course, added to that would be those who might even say that if David can't be righteous and is being punished for it, how can I be righteous? Why should I even try? David worried that about these two camps of people, for he desired for their salvation along with his own. But because of David's treatment, David was not only suffering for his own sin, but he was suffering for the name of the Lord. Now that might seem counterintuitive, but what David is saying is that his enemies aren't simply punishing him, they are impugning the name of God while doing it, which of course is just as wrong. David has become a reproach, even in his own family. David accepted his punishment with fasting and sackcloth, but was rejected for such behavior, seemingly by those who saw it as false piety. Among those who sit at the gate, the judges, he is spoken against, and he is mocked by the drunkards when they sing. This could have been very discouraging for David, but it wasn't. Why? We'll find that out, the Lord willing, in the next lesson. With that, our time is up for today. The Lord willing, we hope you'll join us for tomorrow's discussion of Psalm 69, verses 13 to 28, as we continue our walk through the Bible, one verse at a time.
We thank you for watching Walking Through the Bible today. If you have any questions or comments, you can leave them below. But if you like this video, we ask that you consider subscribing to our channel so you won't miss out on other videos in our series, as well as share this video among your friends so that the saving message of Jesus Christ can go out to the whole world.